Hey, what's going on, City Slickers? I wanted to vlog when I was in the supermarket, but I was so caught up in shopping that I forgot to vlog. About to get ready to go back to New York. I like to fill up the car. And last time I came, it was $15. Let's see how much it'll take today. Hold on. Jesus, it took $10. It didn't even take the 15. Oh, because I pulled up in Staten Island. Wow, look. 10.45. 4 gallons. Unbelievable. I bring it up to 50. Yes. I gotta go back inside. I couldn't believe it. Let me double check. I can't believe it. Yeah, that's it. All right, that's it. I like to keep it full. I'm getting much better mileage as it's full. This gas station is pretty bad. I see Baltimore police here. My daughter told me a kid got shot here last week. But, the kids over here, I don't know. I tell y'all, let me get back in the car. Hold on. New York cigarettes are like 15. Over here, they like 7.65. 7.65. New York, they're like at 15. Guys, I just met a Baltimore police officer. I gotta tell y'all the story. This is Officer Vicente Class. Thank you, Vicente.
My pleasure, my brother.
Thank you.
Be safe, okay?
Okay, thank you. I gotta tell you guys a story. I was talking to him. He's an amazing man. Oh, Jesus. So, wow, this story just touched me. I'm sorry the vlog is gonna be a little longer. But his name is Officer Vicente. Let me take these off because I got so emotional. His name, oh, the light is bad, hold on. Guys, I'm gonna have to make another vlog because I was just talking to Officer Vicente Class. It's an amazing story, man. It touched me. Excuse me. I tell you, I went out, got some groceries, filled up the car, and then something told me to ask him. I was asking him about this park. And then when I'm talking to him, I said, "Do you speak Spanish?" He said, "Sí." And right away, his accent, I knew it. I'm a New York Rican. You know, in New York, when we go to Puerto Rico, they always talk about us. Sorry, we're at 3 minutes. I have to speed it up. They always talk about us in Puerto Rico. You know, because Spanish is not the same. I'm a New York Rican, so I learned, growing up in New York, we didn't talk Spanish the way New York people talk Spanish today. In the 80s, back in the days, you know, you speak Spanish, people be like, "Yo, why you gotta talk that mira? But I still, if I'm in front of the building and Spanish people come out, I always say, "Hola, ¿cómo está?" And they used to get mad sometimes, but but now it's not like that. I'll go right back, I'm vlogging. All right. So, make a long story short, he knows Puerto Rico people knows when you're not from Puerto Rico. Like if I go to Puerto Rico, the way I talk. So anyway, I tell him, "You speak Spanish?" He says, "Yes." So I say, "You Boricua?" He said, "Yeah." And I say, "Wow, how you wound up in Baltimore?" He said, a few states, they go to Puerto Rico, being that they're U.S. citizens, they don't have to go through so much for immigration, and they recruit officers from over there. He's been out here, I think he said, from 2006. And I asked him about the Maria situation. He told me he went out there with a group from Philadelphia, from New Jersey, and Baltimore. They got on Southwest. And Southwest paid for the 26 boxes they took. He told me about this businessman. He's trying to turn and become a politician. A Dominican gentleman. His name is Juan Carlos Nunez from Baltimore. He's a businessman, and he told me he was the only civilian that went with them. And we both started crying when he was telling me about this. And we was talking about places to eat and places that I went to. Maleo's Chicken. Maleo's Chicken. I believe my ex-wife's father took us there. It's a famous chicken place. Then he told me to check out La Vaca Brora. La Vaca Brora. Yeah, that's another spot. But he told me the story, and we both started crying. And you know, from the first time he got out his car, I was a little taller than him, but he gave me a handshake and a hug. You know, that's what you do to your boys. I never had a cop do that to me, shake my hand like that. He shook my hand and hugged me. I was bugging out like, wow. You know, in New York, they don't do that. So that touched me right there. Like, wow, this guy's different. I could see it already. And once we started talking, he tells me when he got out there to Puerto Rico, he was doing something and everybody came out of the house crying. And they told him, come on, come inside. You got to meet this lady. Lady looked like she was 90 years old. And I think it was 12 police officers. Was it 26 or 12? No, it was 26 boxes. I believe it was 12 officers. So he said once he went in, they all asked the lady, they all was crying. And they asked her, what do you want? Because she said she'd been out there alone since they got there. And they got there like 4 months later. That was after Trump went in through the paper towels. So they got there 4 months later, and the lady said she's been alone with no food or nothing for 4 months. And she's like 90 years old. So they all asked her, what do you want? We get you whatever you want. Generator, refrigerator, what you want? She said, your presence alone being here is enough. Wow. And that made me cry. I can't believe it. You know, I worry about our old folks out there that lived through so much in life and got killed for a generator, or just people on drugs or something. That's what hurt me. And me and him started crying. He's a good, nice gentleman. I couldn't believe it. Hold on, I gotta clean my face. Man, I'm sorry, guys. It's just, this hits home. The stories that Officer Class was telling me, and he showed me all the pictures. Everything I'm telling you, he showed me all the pictures on his phone. And it touched me, you know, because I worry about our old people out there, people on drugs, probably robbed them for what, $50 for a refrigerator, for a generator. So that's what hurt me the most. Our ancestors that been out there for 90 years, and they survived so much. And because of Maria, people took advantage of the situation and started looting. You know, there was purging out there for a year, just purging. He was telling me about the Perla. They don't go in the Perla without 3 cars. You know, 1 police car don't go in there like that. They go in there with 3 police cars, 4, 5 police cars. And he was just telling me the stories. And I was telling him stories of where my family's from in Santurce. My grandmother grew up in Old San Juan, where the cruise ships park. And her brother lives in the Old San Juan, Santurce. And his house had a lot of bars. You think you know, it's the hood, Santurce. And the story he was telling me, it was amazing. And shout out to this Lieutenant Olson. I believe he works by the harbor. He said he was the only American that went with him, a Caucasian. He went with them. Yeah, it was a beautiful story, man. I was talking to him for a minute, and we both started crying. Tears was coming out of both our eyes as he was telling me about Puerto Rico. It was a pleasure to meet this man, you know. Shout out to Vicente Class and Baltimore Police Department. They did great, you know. I need stories like this. Very touching. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to let you go. I'll talk about this a little more later. I got to check this Facebook website he told me to check. I think this is from Baltimore. Olea on Facebook. Oh, one more thing. And this town in Utando, he told me that the bridge was out. So they used a little cage cart and put it on a rope, and they was getting people back and forth. That's the way the people was getting back and forth because the bridge was down. Yeah, it's amazing. Also, shout out to Southwest. He said Southwest paid for the round trip tickets for the officers, and when they got there with 26 boxes, Southwest said, "Don't worry, we're gonna take care of it for you guys." So shout out to Southwest, man. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna see you guys later. Love you. Like and subscribe. Appreciate your donation.